So every once in a while, a phone shows up that you expect absolutely nothing from, and then it surprises you, and that's exactly what happened with this Huawei Nova 14 Pro, and on paper it looks like another mid-premium phone, very pretty design, decent specs, big camera numbers, but after a week of using it, this phone actually made me go, wait, this is pretty damn good. So today let's talk about everything from design to display to performance to cameras and that one software quirk that many is asking. So let's start with the one that you're gonna notice the most, which is the design. So if I'm honest, this feels really refined. It's very slim, coming in at 7.78 millimeters, weighs around 207 grams, and the curved edges make it sit very nicely in the hand. The crystal blue version that I've been testing looks stunning. It has this frosted, light reflective pattern that shifts under the light. It's one of those designs that looks far more expensive than its price tag. And because it's glass on the back as well as the front, it resists fingerprints surprisingly well. The ports and buttons are all very well placed, stereo speakers on both ends, and while it doesn't carry a full IP rating, it handled a few splashes just fine. And what I like about it is Huawei gives you a silicone case right out of the box, so you're protected from the get-go. So now that's the outside, but what about the thing that you'll be staring at all day? And you're going to get a 6.78-inch OLED panel with a 2776 by 1224 resolution, and it runs from 1 up to 120 Hz using LTPO adaptive refresh. It's buttery smooth, color accurate with support for 1 billion colors. Scrolling through social media feels instant thanks to a 300 Hz touch sampling rate, and the color tuning is balanced, not overly saturated, and not washed out. So if you enjoy watching Netflix or TikToks, they look clean and sharp, and there's no HDR playback on YouTube though, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. So smooth visuals are great, but performance matters just as much. So let's see what's running on the inside. And under the hood, you get a Kirin 8020 chip that powers everything with 12GB of RAM and 512GB of storage, making multitasking feels quick. Switching between apps or editing short clips is smooth as well. So there's no native Google Play Store, and you're going to rely on Huawei's app gallery or use Micro G for Google Apps. And that's where the YouTube experience gets a little odd. Through the Micro G YouTube app, playback is limited to 1080p, there's no 4K and there's no HDR. But if you open YouTube through a browser, you're gonna get full 4K playback with no issue. And if you ask me, it's not really a hardware limitation, but purely a Micro G kind of limitation. And if you stream a lot of high-res content, that's something to keep in mind. Alright, let's get to what everyone actually cares about, which is the camera. So this part genuinely impressed me. So in terms of true optics, you're getting coverage from ultra wide to 1x to 3x optical. Anything beyond 3x like your 5x, 10x or 30x is all handled digitally. So daylight photos look fantastic. The colors are lively without being cartoonish. They're very detailed, they're sharp, shadows are clean, and the exposure control is really good as well. Skin tones lean slightly warmer, which gives everything a more natural look. And portrait mode is where you can see how much of Huawei's image processing has evolved. Edge detection is pretty precise, even with tricky backgrounds or hair strands, and the subject separation looks realistic and the background blur feels organic. Night mode is bright, but fine textures can get soft when you zoom in. It's not bad, just a little less detailed compared to daylight. And at 3x optical, images stay pretty sharp. Once you push it past 5x, the digital crop starts to soften, but it's still pretty usable up to around 10x for casual shots. Anything beyond that is more of a novelty zoom, which honestly until today I still don't see the use case for. And video recording supports up to 4K 60 frames per second on both the front and back cameras. Stabilization is excellent, focus locks in quickly, and the overall tone is pretty cinematic. So speaking of the cameras, the front setup deserves its own spotlight as well. And in front there's a 50 megapixel ultra portrait autofocus camera and an 8 megapixel close-up portrait camera. Selfies are crisp with great depth, and the autofocus makes it easy to nail the shot every time. Huawei does tone down the beauty filter a little bit, so it still looks like you, just maybe a little bit more polished. Now let's talk about something that really surprised me, the battery life. And I really want to highlight this because inside this is a 5500 mAh battery, and in my real world test it lasted 21 hours and 36 minutes before dropping to 1% and going into the low power mode. That's full day endurance with plenty to spare. Charging is even crazier because you get a 100 watt supercharged turbo, and on top of that, in a world where companies are taking out things from the box, Huawei actually gives you the charging brick, which is the 100 watts charging brick, as well as the cable in the box. You basically can't kill this thing in a single day. And when it comes to connectivity, it checks almost every box. You're gonna get Wi-Fi 6 and 6E, Bluetooth 5.2 with LDAC and L2HC support, dual band GPS, NFC, and even an infrared sensor for remote control. The only thing missing here is 5G, but it's really a region issue, not so much a hardware limitation issue. So after all of that, what's the final verdict? And after a week, here's my takeaway. The Huawei Nova 14 Pro is not trying to dominate benchmarks, it's trying to make your everyday experience feel more polished. And honestly, that's more important, especially in this world where everything is almost like a spec war. It nails the fundamentals, the display is good, the camera is good, and the battery life is pretty good as well, and it does it with style. Of course, you're going to get the lack of native Google services, and the 1080p YouTube app cap is still there, but for what it offers overall, this is one of Huawei's most balanced and well executed mid-premium phones. If you care about good design, reliable performance, strong cameras, and incredible endurance, and you can live with a few workarounds, then the Nova 14 Pro will definitely surprise you. And honestly, that's what I love about it. It's not perfect, but it shows how far Huawei has come even without Google. And that's my full review of the Nova 14 Pro, and if you find this video helpful, drop a like and check out these videos up here for the next video.